Good evening, everyone. It's been a very long day, a very exciting one. And I thought it might be a great idea, or a good idea at minimum, to record this video for two reasons. One, I struggle to find much material really on testimonies when it comes to accent reduction and elocution coaching. I searched, there are some pieces, but I couldn't find a video where someone talks you through step by step of their experience through their experience with accent reduction. So maybe let's start with myself, a quick introduction really. I'm over 40 years of age and I've been in the UK for a good few years, actually over 15 now. I came to England when I was in my 20s, not my mid-20s actually, but before that I traveled a little, I studied English, and I learned English in Australia. I went there in my very early 20s, spent there some time, and I attended English course in a English Cambridge English school. It was solid 6 hours a day course, purely focused on the 5 elements of English, which is speaking, writing, grammar, listening, and whatever that fifth one is. These are pretty much standard ones, standard one of the courses where you take an exam in the end, and it depends on the level. You can either progress or drop it at that point. Anyway, my adventure with English really started back in the day when I was in a high school. I had some private classes, private tuition with, which is very popular in Poland anyway. Schools, the public schools don't give you very strong, at least back in the day, when we all studied Russian, not English. Public schools didn't really give you that base or very good strong education in English, so we all had to take tuition if we wanted to learn it. And that's how it all started. I had a teacher, I'll never forget him. He was a very traditional teacher. He spent many years in London and he spoke with this beautiful English. Back then you probably didn't recognize it too much. English was English. But looking back and thinking about the ways he helped me pronounce, or he taught me how to pronounce words on many occasions, and especially with grammar, actually. I'm pretty sure he did speak RP English. Anyway, came to England, settled in, and after all these years, or throughout all the years, picked up a lot of words, many words. My English, I think, is fine. People generally understand what I'm saying. But I'm really conscious that no matter how hard I try, or I don't try, but after all these years, you would expect that my accent is softer and my pronunciation of certain sounds sounds more English, where you can pretty much tell straight away, and which happens quite a bit, that I am, I'm not a native speaker, and although my vocabulary is wide, I can't pronounce stuff properly. And that was example, that vocab goes fine. If I want to pronounce the whole thing, it's not that easy. I have been really conscious when and how I pronounce TH sounds, and also the don'ts and own sounds that make English really sound English. If you don't have them, you do sound, you speak with a foreign accent pretty much, especially with especially every accent is interesting, but the Eastern European accents are quite harsh. I think the voice, how we and the way we use our tongue just works differently. So I read up a little on reducing accents and practicing or learning the RP way of pronouncing English words. And I made the first step, pretty much. I made an appointment and I completed an assessment. And as I said, I will be talking you through the whole process. So that was really the step one. Just understanding how the whole elocution coaching works and what is there that we can really expect from this. As I said, I couldn't find anything tangible on YouTube or videos online that will show me this is the before speech and pronunciation, and this is the whole process that the person would be going through to achieve a certain result. And that's it. That's the purpose of this video as well, I suppose. I would love to listen to this video in 14 weeks and say, the before sounds different to the after. And I've made a lot of progress because I'm really hoping that the money will be well spent. So going back to the assessment hour, it was an hour when in lockdown, so everything's closed. We can't have any face-to-face classes. I don't know if it's a problem or not a problem. I've, for example, been lucky to stay working and stay at home for the last 12 weeks, which gave me not only the time to stop and think a little about my very busy life and actually think what is it that I really want and what would help me and improve the way I feel about myself. And I think this is what it is. It's just that confidence element. It's probably the way I speak, and being in the country and speaking English for so many years of my life, still being asked that one and fundamental question that really knocks my confidence is, pardon, where are you from originally? I'm like, oh, I can't believe it, I've been here for such a long time. Could you please stop asking me? People don't do it intentionally. This is something they just make conversation with. But for me, it does bug me. So anyway, assessment day. No, pretty simple and pretty much what I expected from an assessment day. A lot of reading out of certain sounds and words, and just an assessment. So pretty much what I had a list of words that had all different sounds in them, which I had to repeat until I was asked to move on to the next one. Then there was an exercise where I had to think more about the situation that I was describing, that concentrated on my speech, probably just to pronounce words in a more relaxed way. And then the last section, it was a read out text. Not really very interesting, but again, I think the words, it was just a play of words where you have all these sounds and we have the words that have been joined, and they sound a little different when they pronounce separately, and they sound different when they are joined in one sentence. As a result of it, we went through the review of each of the tasks and sections of this assessment, and no surprise there, it's a th sound is wrong. The O in don't doesn't sound English. It's very flat, very Eastern European O, which is my don't, not don't. Again, that won't be correct. This is before the sessions really started, so I'm hoping that will improve. What else was there? Is the length and the intonation. All the short words like kit, for me they are a kit because I can see an I that in the Polish language is a E. It's a softer E, where a kit is a kit. Apparently my square was pretty good. Really happy with my square. I will appreciate it a little more, but it's the E sound that again is hard to pick up, but if I can pronounce it in one word, there is a good chance that if I practice it, and I know how to position my jaw, my tongue, my lips, I will learn better. So overall, why accent production? The way I think is really logical thinking. I need tangible proof and tangible explanation how things work to make them better. And that's why I need expert advice and expert guidance to improve the sounds I am making. Well, sign up. I sign up for the whole 14 sessions, paid for 5. So fingers crossed. Wish me luck. And I will see you after the first session to talk you through and see where the training is taking me, really. Okay, see you later. Bye.